Alright, let's check that's working. Yep, this is T-10 racing sloop Albion. We've owned the boat since 1998. Raced it in Chicago until 2005, and we actually went back to Chicago for a year or two after that, after we moved to Muskegon. But now we're just racing in Muskegon on Wednesday nights. We have repainted the top sides in 2004. The deck has been repainted. Purpose of this video is just to show you the deck layout and the interior of the boat. We've taken everything out of the boat. Just gonna get on the boat here. I'm gonna go start at the bow and work our way back. Just going up to the bow here. Pretty much standard T-10 layout. Jib halyard with Ty-Alaska shackle, spinnaker halyard with a regular shackle. We have a jib Cunningham setup here for tweaking down the halyard when you got too much sag. Here you see the jib Cunningham. This is the original 4-guy, which actually we don't use anymore, but that's still rigged on the boat here. We actually put a set of twingers further forward and just go without a downhaul. So looking at the twingers, here's our forward twingers, which we use instead of the downhaul. You can still see the exit for the old, where the twingers used to go when we used the downhaul. Yeah, we've had the above deck shroud conversion, really quite a nice addition. You can now adjust everything from above the deck. Deck is completely sealed. We have all of our halyards exiting out of the mast. Main halyard comes out this side. Main halyard clutch block forward. Moving to the other side, we've got jib exiting the mast, coming down the side of the spinnaker. Spinnaker comes out of the mast and has a double jam cleat arrangement. Jib halyard clutch block is forward. We actually rigged that forward so that the foredeck can drop his own jib after he's raised the spinnaker. While we're at the front of the mast here, we have a soft vang. We still use the boom topping lift for a safety feature, but we have a soft vang which exits here. The other end of the vang actually goes to the back of the boat. In super heavy air, you can dead end this end and control it from the back of the boat. Outhaul is at the mast on a swivel also. We have a sail comp, working sail comp compass, which actually is our only instrumentation on the boat, other than telltales. Spinnaker pole, we have it rigged on the boom and we shoot it forward from the boom. A few of the T10s do that. We find it pretty useful. Working our way back, the topping lift is still inside the mast and comes back to mid position here, along with the old 4-guy or downhaul. On this side we have main Cunningham. Let me just it's our main Cunningham arrangement. It's actually rigged so someone at the front of the boat can pull it and lock it if necessary, but also if someone at the back of the boat pulls it, it automatically uncleats. You may have noticed I have redone all the stanchion bases, reinforced with new bracketed stanchions. That was done when we did the deck. We always cross sheet the jib. These are the heavy load cross sheeting blocks for cross sheeting the jib, and these are our ratcheting spinnaker blocks. Working back to the main, we have pretty standard setup for the Traveller, kind of single-ended, so you can uncleat from the high side. Main sheet is actually dead-ended to our fine tune, so you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1 on the main sheet, 4 to 1 on the fine tune, so 20 to 1 on the fine tune. Fine tune comes out here, and this is the backstay. We just go with like one loop on the backstay. It can be rigged for a second purchase if you need it to be. And that's about it. We have a swim ladder which we keep on the boat for safety. A lot of people take that off, but we just leave it on. It swings up and down quite nicely. And we usually mount the GoPro on this pole. You can see a lot of video on YouTube. Loose footing main, we just use a Velcro strap with a 2 to 1 out haul on the back of the sail. Still have the old boom topping lift for safety also.
4 winches.
Yeah, the standard layout for a T10 is 6 winches. We've gone down to 4 winches. You can actually really go down to 3 or even 2. Some boats go down to even less winches. We just have the primaries which we use for the jib and the guy. And the cabin tops we do not really use except for raising halyards. So quite easily to get rid of those, especially on this side of the boat, which we only ever use once to put the main up, and you could use the primary to do that. So that's it for the upper deck. We just use the sail comp and telltales. All you need for one design racing. We have little PVC tubing on the tow rail, just to help comfort a little bit on hiking out. Going down below, pretty standard layout for a Tartan 10. We've added this extra little tub, storage tub on this side. This is standard sink, which is now our toolbox. We've got all the cushions have been recovered with Sombrella fabric. We've rebuilt all the interior and the floor. Everything else is pretty standard. We've got a VHF and stereo. You can actually comfortably sleep 6 people on a T10. These are our One Design weights. When we weighed the boat for One Design Racing, we were slightly underweight, so these lead weights were added to get us to the minimum weight for T10 racing. Up forward, pretty standard porta potty arrangement. Don't really use it in Muskegon because we sail right here on the lake, about a quarter of a mile from our slip here. Oops. There is a little hatch here which used to have the depth meter and the speedometer, which we actually removed from the boat. That could be put back into place if necessary. Let's take a quick look in the bilge. Pretty standard arrangement. Never really touched the keel bolts. Cubby ways. The engine is the old 7 horsepower Farraman. which is the one without an alternator. It has a built-in magneto. Everything works pretty well on this engine. I actually put in the new electronic regulator rectifier from a motorcycle, and battery charge is no problem with the engine running. It had a top end rebuild, and we did piston rings, valve job, all the top end of the motor in 2003. Motor runs real smooth and real nice. It's not the most powerful engine in the world, so it's not the greatest for doing long deliveries, but it does work really well. And that's about it.